أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم والتابعين إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. My dear brother and sister in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now the child is arrived. This child arrived with the mother who want to care about the child, and the father, he need to support the mother emotionally and physically, and with dieting, and most of all, intention. What I have the child for? What I want this child for? Zakaria alayhi salam want a child. Allah give him Yahya alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam want a child. Allah give him Ismail alayhi salam, and later on Ishaq. But you see, what does he want the child for? The mother of Maryam alayhi salam, she want a child. All these people, they want a child to carry the message. They want a child to elevate the deen of Allah. They want a child to continue the khilafah in earth. They want a child to spread the deen of Allah in earth. This is the main purpose of the child. Everybody get a child, and we celebrate the birth of the child. But is this child will be famous? Is this child will be unique? Is this child can be good for us and good for the ummah? What the goodness of this child? This is a questions need to be answered, and be prepared according to the niyyah of the father and mother, according to their dua and wishes, according to the names you will give it to the child. Insha'Allah, Allah can accept and put barakah in this child and give this child nur and blessing and guidance. I want to recommend you to watch Muhammad al-Fatih, the story of Muhammad al-Fatih, Sultan Muhammad, the one who opened Constantinople. And we need to also watch this cartoon, very beautiful cartoon. It's called The Lion of Ain Jalut. And see, when the early people have a child, what do you do? The first thing, you make dua for the child. And you set intention as a parents. And you try to get a book and read and study about the sunnah of Rasulullah. When you have a child, what are you supposed to do? You know, the adhan, the iqamah, the tahniq, the shaving, all this sunnah of caring about the child and aqiqah. You see in here, this episode is not for education more than bringing awareness. Bringing awareness. That's why all you have to do, pick up any Islamic book about upbringing children, or study the sunnah and the teaching of the Prophet ﷺ when you have a new baby, new child, what to do. And you follow the sunnah step by step. And part of the sunnah is to give him a name. A name can have a meaning. And name can have a message. Today, one of the calamity of the ummah, we give the child a name doesn't mean nothing. You ask the child or the youth or the person, what is your name? Such and such. What it mean? I don't know. It brings like an notion in the person has no any meaning in his life. No meaning in his life. No meaning in his life. May Allah forgive us and this responsibility of the parents. Intention for the child, name the child, and caring of the child, and started with dua for him or her. After that, I ask the mother and father to study from any medical website about how to take care about the child, so hygiene, what the best, and study from the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For example, breastfeeding is very highly recommended, almost a wajib, unless the mother has a problem. And now the mother love and devotion has to be whole tied to Allah, not to a child, which a lot of us today I see it. Once the mother or the father have a child, the love to the child become above too many things in life, which is very scary. It become a fitna. And after that, the mother care about her health, care about her dieting. By this way, again, she doesn't lose weight. And my advice to any mother, don't wait for too long. If you do not have a cesarean, start walk little by little. Start exercise very slightly. And the most beautiful exercise is walking very slowly, day by day. By this way, you do not gain too much weight in short time. It's the opposite. You want let your body go back to normal, inshallah, the maximum you can. And don't eat heavy food, spicy food, oily food, greasy food is not good for you. And still do not eat too much salty or too much sweet. And not too much carbohydrate. If you do that and you eat healthy with the right dieting, your body has the strength, and you can read about what food and nutritious juices or fruit or vegetables or whatever increase the breast milk of the mother. And one of the ultimate one is date, believe it or not. Date and milk, which is a sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Somebody might tell me I have allergy against milk or something. Again, you can study and find alternative. Now we're coming to something very beautiful. How to organize my thought, how to organize my love, how to organize my time. Because the first 6 months, the child wake up, sleep, wake up, sleep, wake up, sleep, and do not allow even the mother to sleep. By this way, you have very small time for worship, you have very small time to devote yourself, you have very small time. My advice to you, remember Allah, keep your tongue, remember Allah day and night the maximum you can. Even if you cannot pray, you can do zikr internal. And you can listen to Quran. You can put Quran in the house, you can put Quran in the bedroom. By this way, some people keep their house so quiet to the point that child do not know take noise at all. And before you know it, that child develop sensitivity against any noise. Is not right. Actually, the best to produce different circumstances to the child, by this way the child feel normal and become his nerve system able to handle many things. Or some people said, oh, my child love light. Does not exist. Does not exist. We the one produce all this habit to the child with a lack of knowledge and understanding. By this way, my advice to you, please seek consultation from the right people, from different good people, find the conclusion and grow and read and study. So another thing is, remember who's the master, who's the teacher. Because all of a sudden, when the mother and father, the love become too much, what it will do? What it will do? It will generate this habit of the mother become like a slave and the child becomes a master. To the point we do not know how to control the habit of crying. The Muslim kids is the most kids cry all over. Why? We do not know how to balance when we can go to the child and when we allow the child to go until he finish his crying. Has to be balanced and we have to study it. The child in the early stage needs 3 things. He wants to go to sleep. He needs to change diaper on time. Don't delay it. And he needs also to have his food. And believe it or not, a lot of father and mother do not understand. When you look to Arabic culture, the old one, it has beautiful things. The last meal at night, they do not give the child milk. They give him very little milk, but after that, karawia seed or anise seed is an herb. You boil it a little bit, and after a few months of the baby born, 2 or 3 months, you start give it to the baby at least one small 2 or 3 ounce at night. And what it do, it calms the baby. Or linden tea, you see, or coltilia, linden tea, or tiliu. Now, this tiliu and all this herb, it calms the baby and it cleans the stomach and it decreases the amount of gas to be developed. A lot of baby cry all night, only from one thing. They have a lot of cramps. Where it coming from? Gas. Where it coming from? Because the mother keep feeding. Very basic, but the mother sometimes today they forget that. Also, don't ever feed your baby and put him to sleep. Don't. The baby's stomach is very small. By this way, when you hold the baby, you have to hold the baby in a vertical position after feeding. And you have to walk or standing with the baby for 15 to 20 minutes to allow the stomach to come down. And otherwise, sometimes the baby vomit and said, my babies vomit all the time. Baby vomit all the time because you do not make your duty and you put the baby to sleep too quick. So this way, if you burp the baby 2 or 3 times, if you allow the baby to be in a vertical position for at least 15-20 minutes after every meal, this allows the baby to take all the air out. It decreases the amount of cramps. It makes the digestion easy, and it will not spill, if leftover out of the baby. All this, and please change the diaper to the baby as soon as possible. Don't keep waiting to save one diaper. After that, the baby have rash. After the baby have rash, now he have like fever or has skin disorder or have skin problem, and now he drive you crazy. Now you're losing time for nothing. By the way, if I do my duty on time, it will allow me to save a lot of time. And this time I can organize it still to read, to develop myself, to do whatever I have to do, physically and emotionally and house-wise. Now, once I do that, like I said before, you have to prepare yourself to grow before your child. Check your habits, your voice, your manner. Study, grow, to make sure you correct all the mistakes. Don't be stuck and said, my mom did this, his mom did that. What about is my mom or your mom have a bad habit? They might have certain good things, but doesn't mean everything is good. By this way, again, seeking knowledge and consultation from different sources. Keep looking and keep study until you get the right understanding and the right knowledge to develop the right habit. This is the best gift you give it to a child. Again, today, we decorate the house, we decorate the room, we did this, we did that. And believe me, the child until many years, he doesn't care about toys. We spend a lot of money in toys. And the child is not here. He doesn't care about toys. He doesn't care about all what you're trying to do. The child needs dua. He needs zikrullah. He needs caring. He needs hugging. He needs hugging with zikrullah. He needs a lot of protection. He needs to recite Surah Al-Fatiha, Ayat Al-Kursi, Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Qul a'udhu birabbil falaq, Qul a'udhu birabbin nas. The 3 Qul, to protect him from shayateen. Every time you look at your child, beg Allah, said Allah, make this child somebody for you, Ya Allah, and make him qurratu aynun li. Make him the coolness of my eyes, Ya Allah, and don't make him a calamity and fitnah for me, Ya Allah. It's extremely important. Because children and husband and wife is a fitnah. Life is a fitnah. That's why I have to be alert. And every time I look to my child, oh Allah, accept him, Ya Allah. Accept her, Ya Allah. Make her somebody. This is the power. This is the power and the ultimate gift you can give it to your children. You, the heart of the mother. Because the father usually is busy. Busy trying to accumulate the amount of finance to support the family. Or else we don't push the father for too much. And today, let me tell you honest, a lot of fathers do not have it. Unless they are really unique and they study too and they help the mother. But the majority, they do not have it. But we don't wait. Do what you have to do. Also, my advice to you, have a good company of good women. Try the maximum. I know it's difficult, but get a woman who are neat, clean, have good piety. Always remember Allah with a good tongue. Because sometimes you get sick, sometimes you have emergency, sometimes you have to go somewhere, and you need the child to be in the right hand. That's when you should have 2, 3 good sister backup in your life. You respect their own upbringing style and cleanliness and habits. And they are responsible people. They keep their word. They honest and sincere. They close to Allah. You need them because you will need them very soon. Sometime today we live in individual life, and all of a sudden the mother see, oh, she's so sick, or she need a half day to break, or she need 1 day. What are we going to do? What are we going to do with the child? We do not think ahead of time. But if really I'm sincere to Allah, I think about all this element. You need someone. Is much better than having a maid or a babysitter once in a while. Sure, if you cannot, find someone, but you need someone with a quality, to make sure your child in the right hand. It's very scary today to find a sincere, good, clean, decent woman, but you can find. If you're sincere to Allah, Allah will help you. You need not to paralyze yourself with a baby. Today, one of the things, once we have a baby, you said, I have no time. It does not exist. What about the woman who study? What about the woman who has school? What about the woman who has work? Or sometimes we're neglecting the relationship between us and our husband. And before you know it, the relationship gets cold. And after that, start having a problem. All this element, you have to remember. You and your husband is a bond. If this bond broken, the family broken. That's why I see a lot of mother focus on the child and neglecting the husband. And before you know it, the relationship get cold, the relationship start getting weak, and problems start. Is this how you prepare the environment for the child? It's the opposite. My relationship between me and my husband should grow. It should bond, it should full of goodness, but this way what to do? To support this environment. By this way, the mother can generate a harmony, peace, and love in the home. And the mother can generate a lot of mess. Don't be lazy and generate mischief and generating dirt all over. Keep yourself in a clean environment. Hygiene is very important for you and the child. And remember, when your man comes, he wants a comfort, clean, neat, organized wife. If you do that, now you make him love you more, care for you more. And make sure you organize your time by this way you have time for your relationship between you and your husband. Because a lot of mother, every time the husband comes, what do you want me to do? Is your child. What do you want me to do? Is your child. And before you know it, she neglecting the relationship between her and her husband. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 7 months, 9 months, 1 year. And before you know it, the husband sometime lose interest of the wife. Now he look for somebody else. And it is a mess. And who generated? The negligence of the mother to take care about the house arena. You understand or no? Be careful because a lot of people neglecting that. This is a duty. But so your duty, you are the governor of your home. You are the navigator of your home. And very soon, this child watching you, listening to you. If you remember Allah all the time, the company of angels, the company of tranquility and peace and harmony is all over. Don't screaming. Don't shouting. Try to be in a calm mood the maximum you can. Don't flip. And this can be done by zikrullah. And if you have any conversation with your husband, please leave the room, keep the child alone, and go outside and talk together. Don't disturb. If you go to sleep, you do not want anybody to disturb you. The child do not want cold place. For example, sometimes the mother keep walking, try to put the baby to sleep. And all of a sudden she put him in bed, now the baby wake up. And she said, my baby do not sleep except standing. No, it's not. The baby was asleep, snug him, make sure that the bed or the place where you put him is warm. Warm. I used to sit down over where I'm putting my child first. You sit down for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, the place will be warm, the baby snug, you put him in a warm, nothing. He will not wake up. But imagine you sleep and I put you in a cold environment, you will wake up. By the way, don't interrupt the sequence of your baby sleep. All this called consideration, caring, understanding. Prepare the food or your breast or the formula, whatever you need. Prepare it 5-10 minutes ahead of time. Some mother forget. All of a sudden the baby cry, the baby screaming. Now the baby screaming and crying for 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes. She panic. Before you know it, now the baby need another half an hour to calm down. And now waste of time, a lot of anxiety all over. For what? Who generated? You. You see, by this way, if I care and be alert about my baby's need, I know for a fact he will be hungry in 15-20 minutes. Don't wait after 20 minutes. Start now. Prepare yourself very peacefully. When you clean the diaper and you clean up your baby, don't clean him with cold water. You see, if you're in a cold weather. By the way, be respected to the situation. Now, if you give the respect and comfort to this baby, he will not cry too much. He will not have any problem. And now your soul is calm, the house is calm, have no problem. And now you have more time for yourself, more time for your husband, more time for the house. All it needs, organize your priority, be alert about the priority, and if you are the kind of person you forget, write it down and make a schedule in a wall or nearby. By this way, you do not get lost. Again, all this need what? To be in a company of those who are experienced than you with a good manner and good expertise. And again, it doesn't make you a loser or make you any less if you go to Google and you go to internet and study from biology. Even you can type any question. Any question you can type it today. From Islamic perspective, what to do about this topic. From this perspective, what to do about that. Keep reading. Sure, some website is a wacko, some website is wrong, some website is not according to Quran and Sunnah, but verify it. Or ask some learned people, or have some good people in your side to give you advice and consultation on time. Advice, consultation, reading. Good companion is very important in life. This journey, it needs a good companion. Without the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Islam will never spread. Even messenger prophet need a good companion. What about us? What about us? Please, we need a good companion. The best companion is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second companion is the angel of Allah by doing dhikr. Third companion is a good book you can trust, recommended by some people you trust. Good companion is people belong to Allah, love Allah, fear Allah, with knowledge and expertise and manner and character, to give you the right advice in the right time, seeking knowledge and read from biology, from medical, from herb, from medicine, from food, from Islamic point of view. By this way, you capture the knowledge completely. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to carry the responsibility and the trust and the amana Allah give us. By this way, when we die, we said, Allah, I did my best. I prepare my kids healthy, with a harmony and peace and tranquility with you, Ya Allah. I set intention to make them for you, Ya Allah. I give them beautiful name to carry the message, Ya Allah. And in my heart, my intention to Allah, make these kids belong to you, to elevate the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to elevate your name and spread your message and be the best slave in earth, inshaAllah. Ameen, Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to be among those who carry the message and be responsible and leave the seed. The one can carry the message, elevate the deen of Allah. Ameen, Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.